Hello and welcome back to the Consistency Club podcast. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about accountability and its role in your health and fitness journey, be it whether you're looking for increased longevity, higher energy levels, fat loss, muscle growth, whatever it may be. We have accountability in all areas of our life in some way, shape or form, be it at work, in our careers, in our business, be it in our relationships, in our health and fitness, although somewhat lacking sometimes. In all areas, there is some form of accountability. And that could be like intrinsically, extrinsically, like external accountability coming to you that serves as a driver, or internal accountability, which is usually driven by motivation or discipline and which of those muscles that you are flexing in that sense. However, one thing I see time and time again is the lack of accountability when it comes to someone's health, their fitness, their physique, and their longevity moving forward. Unfortunately, the way we're wired, and I've said this a few times on this podcast, it's not a problem until it's a problem. Until someone sits you down and says, you're at serious risk of disease here, for example. We don't have that accountability system that really drives us, or most of us don't, to be better when it comes to our health and fitness every single day. We coast. Yet in our careers, if you didn't turn up to work consistently for a week period, you'd be sacked. Our finances would suffer also. If you didn't turn up in your business would crash and burn. So we have a really high level of accountability when it comes to those. And that's because centered around money. And as the old term says, money makes the world go round, which is extremely sad. Now, also in our relationships, right, we have accountability. If you're not there, if you're not a support system, you're not providing value, you're not present, our relationships are going to crash and burn. So again, huge accountability, natural accountability, because we know there's a huge consequence. Yet despite the fact we know there's a huge consequence for not prioritizing our health, we often don't do anything to it. And there is such thing as too late when it comes to our health and it comes to our longevity. Do you want to start actioning when someone says to me, for example, Jamie, all the stress of your career and the burden that you put on yourself, and you're obviously hardworking and you're constantly on the go and you're in meetings and you're back to back and life's really busy, and you haven't done anything with your health because of that, because you haven't felt like you had time or your schedule's allowed. You also eat poorly because of that as well. Like, that's a huge driving factor. I'm sorry to say, that's shortened your life expectancy. Imagine getting that message. And no one's going to deliver that message as frank, unless you're in a really extremely bad circumstance. But that's the ball game we are playing. That's the risk that we are dealing with. Yet we just go about our lives with no real accountability in place for the sake of our health, fitness, and longevity. And that must change. That has to change. So what I urge you to do, and this could be, intrinsic, internal accountability coming from yourself, is have a system in place that allows you to action on it. And that comes from having direction. Equally, if that's not enough, if you can't rely on yourself to hold yourself accountable, employ help. Install external accountability that is going to make sure you turn up. It's going to give you the honest truths if you don't turn up. Builds a system that allows you to execute to the best of your ability. Helps you understand the consequences of not doing so. And can reprimand when needed. That genuinely, over time, will add years to your life. And that sounds so dramatic, but it's true. Do not wait until it's too late to start actioning, to prioritize your health when you have more time. The line between more time and lack of prioritization is so blurred. And there is going to be day-to-day circumstances where we generally feel like we have no time. And that is going to be in that present moment, true. For the most part, if you look at it across a macro, the issue is a lack of prioritization. And that's not to say you are an unmotivated individual or anything like that. If you could just take 10, 15%, 20% of what you've installed into your career or your relationships or other areas of your life and put it into your health and fitness, you'd be in a great position. So it's just about harnessing that and having a plan that allows you to do so and a system that holds you accountable. I'll keep saying the A word, because it's vitally important. And then once you've got accountability, it allows you to execute consistently and you'll get the results. Stop looking for a quick fix. Stop looking for something that's going to serve you in the present, give you instant gratification. Show up. And if you can't show up yourself, or you struggle with motivation, install an accountability system, an external accountability system that can hold you to a higher regard than you can hold yourself right now. And it comes down to as well, a lot of it, is mental bandwidth. You're extremely busy. Maybe you've got, young families at home. You're in a position of responsibility to then have the burden and, the mental bandwidth of thinking, right, I need to get this done at this time. I need to plan what I'm doing. Like that is energy that is could be potentially better spent in the area of expertise for you. So again, like an external system that can plug into your life is so valuable. You can just pass it over the fence to a professional, the same way you're a professional within your craft, your business, your career, whatever it may be. Pass it over to a professional that has the knowledge, the education, the understanding, the proven results, and the accountability system to do that work for you. Takes away all the worry, takes away all the stress, and it's probably the best part of your life that you can invest in. And by invest, I don't just mean money, I mean time. And that goes back to the lack of time question. I don't have more time in my day. It's about improving energy. It's not about finding more time in your day. And to be honest with you, every single person that has said that to me, we've found pockets in their day which can be optimized. But outside of that, improve your energy from executing a plan for an elongated amount of time, and it'll feel like you have more time to execute. You're no longer relying on motivation. You don't get energy dips. You're not having to drag yourself to do something. All of these things compound. They compound positively and they compound negatively. So make sure you're on the right side of that. You're running yourself clockwise. You're compounding positively. You work out, you'll have more energy. You have more energy, you'll be more productive. Cognitive function improves. You're a better person to be around. You serve your family better. You serve your teams better, your business better, your career better, whatever it may be. You also in turn sleep better. Sleep in turn compounds everything that I just said. If you've trained, you're more likely to eat nutritionally well because you don't want to undo the hard work. You eat nutritionally well, you're more likely to train because you're that way in tune. All of these things compound. And then once you've got that system, install accountability externally from yourself that can drive you forward on that journey. And that's what needs to be done to move the marker, move the needle when we're talking about your longevity. I'm not talking about a 6-pack on a beach. I'm talking about the healthy quality years we have on this life, on this planet. That's the stakes that we're dealing with here. So if you struggle with accountability, with self-motivation, with having direction when it comes to your health and fitness, there's solutions out there that can help. And if you're interested in that, I've got a free guide. Drop me a comment below on this podcast. I'll get back to you and get you some more information on what can be done specifically for you, which is another key part to this. It must be designed for you, your likes, your dislikes, how you're motivated, how you like feedback, where you want to go, your responsibilities, your family, the time you have available. Everyone's different. One thing remains the same. You need accountability, you need some discipline, you need a plan that's built for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.